Hello and welcome to today's GFG problem. Today uploading extremely well. So let's see today's problem, triplet family. So what the promising is we'll be given an array of integers. We want to find out whether there exist three numbers such that the sum of two elements equals the third element. Okay. So in this example, if you see, right, in this example, the sum of two elements. What are those two elements? One and two, right? And there is this sum, three. Three is also part of this array. Okay. And hence we want to return true. Okay. So that's what the ask is. Okay. That's what the ask is. Now, right? Now, how can we solve this problem? So first of all, let's see the brute force approach or the naive approach. Okay. So what we can do is will have three variables I equal to 0 to n, three for loops, sorry. Second for loop will be j equal to 0 to n, and third for loop will be k equal to 0 to n. Okay. And for each for loop will be for one number. So we want to find out three such numbers, right? Wherein the sum of two numbers will be equal to the third, will be equal to the third number, right? That's what the ask is. So these three for loops will take care of this. But here, what will be the time complexity here? It is going to be O of n cube. Okay. And if you see the time expected time complexity here is O of n square. Okay. And the space complexity is O of 1. So hence we have to think of something better. Okay. So now let's see how can we solve this problem in O of n square. Okay. Now what we can do is, first of all, we can just sort this array. Okay. So it will look like something like this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? And this sorting the array will take what? O of n log n time complexity. Okay. O of n log n time complexity. Now what we can do is we'll run a for loop. Okay, we'll run a for loop. Okay, a loop which will start from here. Okay, which will start from here. Okay, for example, I is here, right? And we'll have two pointers. We'll have two pointers j and k, right? K is going to start with I minus 1 and j will start with 0. Now we will keep on checking. Okay, we'll keep on checking whether 1 plus 4, for example, here, right? R of j plus R of k, 1 plus 4 equal to 5, right? Equal to 5. Yes. Yes. So we found here, right? We found one such pair, right? We found the three elements wherein the sum of two elements equals the third element, right? So we will return true here. But let's say in this case, for example, it was 6, right? It was 6 here. Okay. So what we are going to do here? Let's consider this was 6, right? So 1 plus 4 is not equal to 6, right? So in this case, what we're going to do is we'll check whether this sum, right? Whether this sum, if it is lesser than 6, right? If it is 5 is lesser than 6, then in this case, we will increment j. If the sum is lesser than the third, if the sum of two elements is lesser than the third element, then we are going to increment j. If the sum of the two elements, if it is greater than the third element, right? The third element, then we will decrement k. Okay. So in this case, why we, for example, if the sum of the two elements, if it is lesser than the third element, then we'll increment j, right? We'll increment j. So why to increment j? Just because if we increment j, we are going to find a bigger number. Okay, we're going to find a bigger number, right? Than the previous number, right? We're going to find a bigger number. So in that case, it may be the case that we may reach the target. Whatever is the third element, we may reach the target. For example, here, right? Now what we did was here. If you check here, right? So J was pointing here. So, right? J was pointing here. So now since this sum, if it is lesser than 6, so I told you that we will increment J. Okay. Just to find the bigger number whose sum will be equal to the third element, right? So J is pointing here. Okay. So here if you see, right? So now we have incremented j. Now if we check 2 plus 4, we'll keep k as is, right? 2 plus 4, now it equals to 6, right? Now it equals to 6 and hence we'll return true from here. Okay. So as I told you, when the sum of the two elements is lesser than the third element, then we'll increment j because we will find a bigger number which may equal to the, whose sum will be equal to the, can be equal to the third element. Okay. If the sum was bigger than the third element, then we would have decreased or decremented k, right? Okay. So this is the intuition behind solving this problem. I hope you have got the intuition. Now let's quickly go and code. Before going to the code, I'll request you to subscribe to my channel, like the video. Okay, so first I'll show the Java code followed by C++. Okay. So first of all, let's sort the array, right? Let's sort the array R. And then what we are going to do? We are going to take a for loop int I equal to, which will start with the last element, right? I greater than equal to 0 minus minus I. Then we'll take two variables, two pointers, j equal to 0. J will start with 0 and k will start with I minus 1. Okay. Now we're going to check here if r of j plus r of k, right? If it equals r of I, then simply return true. We have found the three elements, right? Wherein the sum of first two elements equals the third element. Okay. Else if we'll check if it is if it is lesser than r of I, right? If it is lesser than r of I, in that case we are going to increment j. I have already explained this. Else if the sum is bigger than r of I, then we are going to decrement k. Okay. And finally, if you didn't find the three elements, then we're going to return what? False. That's it. So let's compile this. Okay, there's some okay. N is not there, so and int n equal to array dot length. Some issue? Some issue. What happened? I minus 1. J equal to 0. K I minus 1. 16. Line number 16. R of j plus R of k equal to R of I. What is the issue here? My bad. We also want to run what? Another for loop, right? J less than k, right? Why j less than k? Because we want to iterate. Why j less than k? Okay, because we want to iterate through j and k, right? For example, I have already explained this. For example, here 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? And here, if it is I, j is here, and k is here, right? K is here. So we want to iterate all these elements, right? In order to find the sum which will equal to I. Basically, we want to find right, all the sum. Like we want to find the sum basically. Okay. For that, we will have to iterate this from j to k, right? And that is why this while loop is there. Okay. So let's quickly compile this. Okay, let's submit it now. Yes, the test case process. I hope you have got the solution. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, like the video. Let's quickly see the C++ code as well. So here's the C++ code. Here we are sorting the array. Okay. Then here we have the array size. Okay. Then we are iterating through from the, now this is almost same, right? This is almost same. This is, I have already explained. I'll also attach the code in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, like the video. Have a happy, healthy, and a great day. Thank you so much.